You gorgeous people of the interwebs, I hope you're having a fan-dabby-dozy day today. Today we're going to get into it. We're going to get into the details with my long overdue Q&A. Thank you everyone for submitting questions on Instagram and on my community post. And we're going to get into it. We're going to spill the tea. We're not actually going to spill the tea because this is cashmere. It's been a year, it's actually been over a year since I did a Q&A, and do you know what, I think I had the intention of doing it every couple of months, every 3 months, but because new people are joining our little group of fan-dabbies every single week, and you might have things you want to get to know me a bit better by asking questions for. I'm going to start off by saying I'm very close to 3,000 subscribers. Very close indeed. I'm very excited about this landmark. I've been doing the YouTubes for just coming up to 4 years now, so it's been a really slow burn for me. I really appreciate it. If any of you guys who are watching at the moment who haven't already subscribed, do so now. It doesn't cost you anything. It means the world to me. I love you forever. Right, so this is a Q&A. I've had a community post up on my YouTubes, and I had a story up on the Instagrams, and I've got some interesting questions. I am doing this in our kitchen today, and that's the focus of one of the questions. Some of these questions are a lot harder than others. I've got my cup of tea. Gotta love a cup of tea in the afternoon. Right, let's go straight in to the questions on the YouTubes. We have got Whitewick13, hi, says, do you go to live music concerts? If so, first, last, best, worst and honourable mentions. Not liking that some venues have strict regulations on handbags. In this case, size is not a problem, but clear plastic amongst other things does not inspire me. Those kind of rules do not inspire me either. We haven't been to a live gig for quite a while now. Trying to think of the last big one we went to. The first gig I went to was probably when I was 16, and I went to see Pearl Jam. My abiding memory of the whole experience was that I was utterly terrified. I went with friends from school who were a little bit older than me. They were sort of like 18, 19, and it was the first time I'd done anything like that. But the Lion and I had been to quite a few gigs together, and probably the worst one we went to was AC/DC at Wembley Stadium, and that was all about sound quality. We were up in the rafters right at the site, could barely see the stage. The sound was utterly terrible. Trying to go and get a beer was just excruciatingly painful. One of the best gigs we went to was quite a small gig, and it was a band called Rusty Shackle. I'll have their YouTube channel linked down below. That was a really, really great gig we went to. It was in a small place, kind of sticky nightclub floor, kind of nightclub type place in Nottingham a couple of years ago, and it was absolutely jumping. Loved it, absolutely loved it. So that was a mega rambly answer. I'm going to have to edit this a lot, I think. I wanted to try and keep this off the cuff and not have to edit, but whew. Okay, Linda P7719 says, not about bags, but how are you guys doing with that dishwasher fiasco? We ordered yesterday our new flooring. We've got a builder coming in the next couple of weeks to start work on it. We had a lot of back and forth with the insurance company because they offered us an amount of money and said it was down to their quotes, said that to remove the kitchen, change all the flooring, put it back, put the kitchen back, would be X amount, and then all of the quotes we got from builders came in at like double the amount almost, so we had to go back and negotiate with the insurance company, so we got a bit more out of them. So that is going to be starting over the course of the next week. We will be emptying out the cupboards and trying to do a bit of housekeeping and chucking out stuff that we don't use anymore, and then we've got to get the big things out of here like the fridge and stuff, and then it will be a week of chaos. Thank you for asking. Roxy8885 asks, will I ever come to Germany? I don't know, Roxy. It's not on my roadmap at the moment, but never say never. Lisa, my friend Lisa, she's a New York girl. Luxury and Life in the middle. I'll have her channel linked down below. This awful, awful question, and she acknowledges that it was an awful question. If you could only keep one Fendi bag in your collection, which one would it be? P.S. I know that's cruel and unusual punishment. Yes, it is. If I could only keep one. So I have got in my Fendi handbag collection, I've got 4 nano baguettes, 3 mini baguettes, and 1 peekaboo. And they're all special, apart from 2 of the mini baguettes. Like, they're all seasonal, they're all part of collections. So I would probably have to say, because the rest would be more easily replaced, potentially, it would have to be the peekaboo. It'd have to be Miss Peekaboo, because she is so special. And tracking down that colour in that 25th anniversary of the baguette edition would be really, really tricky. So you cruel, cruel woman, Lisa. Kaylee Carol 3186. Kaylee's been with me for donkey's years on this channel, and I appreciate all the support and the comments you've left over the years, Kaylee. Thank you so much. Kaylee asks, what new designers am I looking at, and any new bags I want, and when am I coming to the USA and Washington State to visit my favourite subscriber? Well, okay, there's a lot of questions in there, Kaylee. What new designers am I looking at? I've got to say, the Fendi fever is still pretty real for me at the moment. I do look, McQueen, I always look at McQueen, I always look at Saint Laurent, but there's not been anything particularly from those two that has really caught my eye in recent years. New brands to me, anything? Anyone? Beulah? I can't think, no. The Fendi fever is strong, it is real. I'm still really heavily intoxicated by it. Not very exciting, but if there are any new designers, I will absolutely let you know, because I'll have to do a video about it and talk to you guys and ask your opinions on it. Any new bags I want. There's always new bags I want. I have got Luxury Wishlist 2024 in the pipeline. I know traditionally they come out sort of first week in January, but to be honest, after Vlogmas and my birthday's in December, I was just kind of overwhelmed by everything that I got for my birthday and Christmas already, and it felt wrong to go straight into, and I want this and I want that, but it's coming, and it's coming soon. When are we coming to the USA? I'm going to the USA in August. We're going to New York. The Lion and I are both going. We're going to meet up with our friends that we met up with in London for the YouTuber meetup. There's a few of us from the UK who are going, and we're going to be meeting up with Lisa, who just asked me that terrible, terrible question about which Fendi bag I would keep. And Meredith is coming over from Australia again. And yeah, that's going to be happening in August. Don't think we're going to be doing any kind of subscriber meetups, because we basically just want to hang out with each other. London was not enough. We need more time together to just hang out. When am I going to meet my favourite subscriber? Well, I don't know when that's going to happen, Kaylee, but you know, more travel will be on the cards, absolutely. Okay, next question from Claire W9351. Oh, well, hello, that's a cat. Hello, cat. Which one is it? It's Lily. Hi, Lily. Come and say hi. Okay. She's not going to say hi. She's not very talkative unless she's hungry. And then she says a lot. Right, so this is Claire's second question. So we'll go into this one first, then I'll go and find the first question, and then I'll get back into the swing of things. Would I get rid of all my bags for one unicorn bag if it was available and price wasn't an issue? No. Simples. No. No. I'm all about having a little bit of variety and choice. No, I don't think I would. I wouldn't give up everything for the one unicorn bag. I'm going to scroll up to Claire's other question, which actually is a funny one because, well, I'll read the question and then I'll tell you why. Snog, marry, avoid, handbag edition. One list from bags you do own and a separate one for bags you don't. Now, this has been on my to film list for a good couple of years. It wasn't my idea, it was the Lion's idea. He said you should really do a snog, marry and avoid handbag edition, picking 3 bags from 3 brands, or picking 3 brands and, you know, doing it that way. And it was such a difficult one for me to come up with that I just never got around to doing it. I was like, well, how do I choose the brand? How do I choose the bags? Obviously, I'm going to have a bit of bias towards it. Now, another reason why this question is very funny right now is because Meredith has just put a post out on Instagram saying that she is doing the Australian equivalent. I can't remember what it's called. It's not Snog, Marry, Avoid, but it's a similar concept. And she asked all of her followers and her subscribers to actually suggest the bags to her. I mean, genius move, Meredith. Why the hell didn't I think of that? So yes, the Lion is very excited to see what you're going to come up with, Meredith, and he has elbowed me in the ribs and said, well, there you go, you've not done that yet, have you? The next questions come from my girl Maria Louise Loves Luxuries, and I will have her YouTube down below, also Meredith's, because I've mentioned Meredith now as well. What are our next travel vacation plans, and any plans to come to America? Yes, as I said, New York. This is the first time we will be traveling since 2019. So we're tremendously excited and nervous about it. I was trying to sort out a little travel thingy for earlier in the year, but to be honest, with everything going on with the kitchen and what have you, we're trying to get some more treatment for Lily and her gammy leg. It's probably not going to happen. Maria also asks, how's the house doing? Any new house projects coming up? Yes, apart from doing this, trying to sort this out, we have got some things in the pipeline, but it's February and we probably need to get a bit of a wriggle on if we're going to achieve some of these things this year. So further information will be forthcoming when we know what we're doing. And any new YouTube channels we've recently discovered and would recommend. Do not have a lot of time currently to be browsing new YouTube channels because I don't have a lot of time to keep on top of the ones I already watch. So no, not really, although there's a guy that we watch as kind of a sort of, we find him very calming. He's into bushcraft. His channel is Kent Survival. There's not a huge amount of survival going on. It's not like a survivalist channel. I mean, he cooks some cracking meals and he does some really beautiful, beautiful videos. His videos are normally about half an hour, 40 minutes. And we try and, you know, that's once a week or once a fortnight. We'll watch one of those. And it just gets us into a nice, cozy place before going to bed and hopefully falling asleep nicely and easily. So that's Kent Survival, and I'll have his channel linked down below for anyone who might be interested in that. Thank you, Maria. We are going up to Jasby718, and Jasby asks, how did you and the Lion meet? This is a very popular question. It comes up regularly and the answer is incredibly boring, I'm afraid. We met through work. That's it. We met through work. Yeah, very dull. Soz. But it's the truth. Sarah Morales 165 says, hello from across the pond. Hiya. What other luxury-ined YouTuber has had the most influence on you, and what one event inspired you to do this? So by doing this, I think you mean by doing my own YouTube channel. That is an easy one to answer. It was the Lion. I was out of work for a little while and I was just getting started watching YouTube videos on handbags, and Autumn Beckman was my first. I'll have her link down below. She is the first luxury YouTuber that I gave my subscription to, and now we're friends. It's a beautiful story. But I was watching all of these videos about handbags and doing bits of research and stuff like that because, you know, I was out of work, but the love was still in me. The love for the bags was still in me, and he said, "Why don't you give it a go? You're fun. You're engaging. You love the bags. Why don't you do it? Go out and find your peeps." Think that translated to, please go and find other people who like handbags and talk at them about them instead of me. I've had handbags up to here. He is very knowledgeable in handbags. So that's the one event that inspired me to do my own channel. It was the Lion's encouragement. And which other luxury YouTuber has had the most influence on me? The biggest luxury YouTuber who's had the biggest influence on me is my girl Cassie Thorpe. When you watch Cassie's videos and you see her bags up behind her, she has several bags from the same brands, but the bags are all very different. And I really, really like that. She's full of colour, she's full of adventure, she loves a quirky little thing, but she also appreciates a bit of versatility. So I would say definitely Cassie Thorpe has had the biggest influence on me. I just think she's incredible and amazing, and I absolutely love her zest for life, her vivaciousness. She's fabulous, and I'd love to meet her one day. Yota of Yota Style, I'll have her channel linked down below. First off, straight out the gate, when will you be travelling to Alabama to see me? So I am coming to the States, New York, in August. And man, I love an Alabama slammer. I love saying Alabama slammer, Alabama slammer. But we are not venturing outside of New York, unfortunately. Who is your favourite bad girl? Well, obviously it's you. Silly question, really, Yota. And what handbag is next on my list? Well, don't wish to be a tease, but you're going to have to wait for my luxury wishlist video to know the answer to that. Last question from the YouTube's questions, and then we'll go over to the Instagram's questions. And it is Jan Marrow 282. Hi, Gwenny. Hi, Jan. If you could only pick three bags, what is wrong with you people? If you could only pick 3 bags to keep, which ones would you keep? I know it will be a hard choice, and yet you still gave it to me. I love watching you, Gwenny. You are honest, funny, and truly a fabulous person. Thanks, Gwenny. Thanks, Jan. I love you too. Oh, I always get really giddy when I get messages like that. I'd have to keep a mini baguette. A mini baguette. I don't know which one out of the 3, but it is such a great bag. So versatile, crossbody. It carries everything I need it to carry. It is really versatile. So the mini baguette, one of the mini baguettes would be one of them. I would have to keep my denim, Louis Vuitton denim baggie, because that is just that is screams summer to me, and I want a bag that is summer, summer, summer. And the third, what would be the third? Oh my God, it's probably gonna have to be Miss Peekaboo again, because she's got a bit more of a capacity. She is super sophisticated and very cool at the same time. And again, versatility. Yeah, those are the 3 I'm going to go for. Mini baguettes, Peekaboo, and denim baggie. Yes. Oh, I feel so bad. I hate those questions. Don't ask me those questions again. Right, moving over to the Instagrams. I've got a few questions on here. Pam asks me, how many times have I been to the US? Well, let me see, Pam. I think the first time I went to the US was 2006. That was New York. The Lion and I did a road trip in 2019. We did Vegas, we did LA and San Diego. We also, on a separate trip, went to San Francisco, where he had a work gig and I went along for the ride, and we took a couple of extra days. Been to Bozeman, Montana, because that's where my head office was. At the company where I actually met the Lion. So I went there for 2 weeks training. That was very cool. Got to see Yellowstone Park. We spent a couple of days in Miami, but they were an embarkation and disembarkation days for a Caribbean cruise that we went on in 2018. So I've been a few times. I would like to visit more. A Beamsons asks, how did you meet the Lion? I have already covered that off. Quirky, you're not really doing much with the YouTubes at the moment, but I'll have your channel linked down below anyway. That's Classics with a Quirk. Asks me a few questions. Oh dear, no budget at all. Which 3 bags am I buying tomorrow? No budget at all. I'm going to assume availability isn't an issue as well. First, it's going to have to be... It's going to have to be a Birkin 30 in Himalayan Croc, because I really want a white bag. And if budget and availability isn't an issue, then why not go for that? A Chanel 19 in the small size, because it's the price that's been putting me off that. But I would want that in a really kind of glorious, bright colours, because I haven't ever stopped wanting one of those. And the third one, I could probably say I would quite like I would like to do a Fendi made to order. Yeah, I'd like to do a made to order with Fendi. So who knows what that would look like, but I mean, it would require a big budget, so I'm going to go with that. Quirky also asks, what's my favourite Terry Pratchett book and favourite character? Okay, so if you were around for my what I got for my birthday and what I got for Christmas videos, you will see I've got a couple of things that are basically Terry Pratchett Discworld based, tea towels and books and things like that. So I am a huge fan of Terry Pratchett's work. Discworld is definitely my favourite series from Pratchett's. Favourite book, there are so many that just they hold a mirror up to our crazy world. Anything basically with the witches in, is it single book? Soul music is great, moving pictures is great. The later ones felt a bit darker. Again, holding that mirror up to our world. Yeah, I think the witches, anything with Granny Weatherwax and Nanny Og in. And my favourite characters, those are two who would be up there as my favourite characters. I really love all of the Night Watch books as well. Commander Vimes, his relentless approach to not what people want him to do, but to do what's right. I love that. I absolutely love that. But character that I have a little stuffed toy of in the living room probably is my all-time favourite character. Yes, it's the librarian. Ook. I just think the librarian is incredible. Okay, brilliant. Thanks, Quirky. And another really difficult one, also from Quirky. If I could have coffee and a chat with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be? Pratchett's got to be one of them. I would love to sit and talk to Stephen Fry. I think he's fabulous. It's probably going to be entertainers. It would be people like Alan Rickman, Rick Mail, Sandy Toksvig. I adore Sandy Toksvig. I think sitting down and having a coffee or a beer with her and just listening to her and her life experiences, yeah, I think that would be it. I would go for an entertainer who I admire, rather than a world leader or someone like that. Fraga Bellissima, she of the fabulous Fendi Instagram feed, asks, how did I meet the lion and when did I know he's the one? So I have mentioned how we met before. When did I know he's the one? I'll be honest, he had to pursue me for a little while because I had just come out of a really pigging miserable 5-year relationship and was not up for getting into anything else. So I think I kind of knew he was the one before we got together. I think I just resisted it. Veronica Sid, she has a YouTube channel as well. I will have her channel linked down below. Asks, where are we planning to travel this year? Or are we planning to travel this year? If so, where? Yes, and New York in August. Definitely would like to do some other travelling as well, but kind of dependent on house shenanigans and also Lily shenanigans. A question from Jen, LV Lover 33. Jen asks, what's your ultimate dream bag? Ultimate dream bag. My ultimate dream bag is probably one that I missed. So it's going to be something that was available and I wasn't able to get it for whatever reason. I missed timing, money, whatever. I don't know. Oh God, that's terrible, isn't it? But watch out for my wish list video. Okay, we've just got one more. I've thought about it a bit more before then as well. I've got one more question here from Ween Nikki B. Hi, Ween Nikki B. Ween Nikki B. Asks, can I give some styling tips for clothes styling over age 45 and a bigger body? And the answer to that, wee Nikki B, is yes. I want to do more of that on my YouTube channel. It is called Styled by Gwenny. I should probably get styling and not just talk about handbags all the time. I am in my late 40s. I am of a larger frame, awkwardly so. Short legs, long body, apple shape. It's not easy dressing me. So I spend an awful lot of time trying to find stuff that works for my body shape, and I would like to be sharing more of that with you. M&S have just released a whole new range of denim, and I'd like to try some of that out to see what would work on my body shape as well. So hopefully you will get some really helpful information out of that, Nikki, and yeah, I will get to that as soon as I am able to. Thank you everyone for your questions. I hope you have enjoyed this. If you did, please show it the thumbs up love. Don't forget to follow me over on Instagram and see what I'm up to there. I'm trying to post more regularly, although life is lifey and it gets in the way sometimes. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please, I would love you forever if you did. It really, really helps with the YouTube's algorithms, and it don't cost a penny, unlike some of the things we talk about over here. And until I see you, yes you, boop, for the next video, please stay safe, be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, stay fan-dabby-dozy, and bye-bye.